Alright, gang, it's your boy Nature, aka Nature. Alright, so gang, in this video we're going to talk about trend lines. So trend lines are probably the most common form of technical analysis in Forex trading. They are probably one of the most underutilized tools though as well. And this drawing, if drawn correctly though, they can be accurate and want as any other method in Forex and any other technical indicator. Unfortunately, most Forex traders don't draw them correctly and try to make the lines fit the market instead of the other way around. Okay, so the uptrend line, okay, this is an uptrend trend line, and this is a downtrend trend line. Very simple. You draw a trend line for an uptrend near the bottom of support. Remember, the support is the lowest point price goes to before heading back up. That's for an uptrend. You draw a support line, okay, for an uptrend. And for a downtrend, you draw a resistance line for a downtrend, and you draw, remember, resistance is the highest point price goes to before heading back down. So in most basic forms of uptrend lines is to draw the bottom of, to draw an uptrend line is to easily draw the bottom of a support area. That's how you draw an uptrend line, is you find support areas and you draw a line. Support areas is also known as valleys, and resistance areas is also known as peaks. So this is known as an ascending trend line when it's heading up, and a descending trend line when it's heading down. In a downward trend, the trend is easily drawn along the top of the easily resistance area known as the peak. Okay, so the resistance known as the peak and support areas is known as valleys. This is known for downtrend is known as a descending trend line. How do you draw a trend line? To draw a Forex trend line properly, all you have to do is locate two major tops and two major bottoms. So two major peaks and two major valleys. So what's next? Nothing. It's that simple. Here is a trend line in action of what that looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like. All you do is to draw the trend lines. You find 2 points of valleys or support, or 2 points of peak or resistance. So this is for an uptrend. The trend line for an uptrend right here. For a downtrend, a downtrend line, uptrend line. This is a sideways trend line when the market is consolidating. Another upward trend line, and another downward trend line. So if this is a trend line, this is how you draw them. You need 2 points of 2 points of peaks and 2 points of valleys, okay, to draw the trend line. So that's how you draw trend lines. It's that simple. There are 3 types of trend lines. These are the types of trend lines. You have an uptrend, which consists of higher lows. A downtrend consists of lower highs, and sideways trend is ranging or consolidating. Here are some important things to remember when trend lines are in Forex trading. And using trend lines in Forex trading, it takes at least 2 tops or two peaks, and it takes at least 2 bottoms or two valleys to draw a valid trend line. But it takes 3 to confirm that trend line. So it takes 3 to confirm it. The steeper the trend line, obviously, the bigger the trend is, or the overall trend is, the less reliable the trend is. If it's less reliable, also the trend line will break. Okay, it's going to be less likely that the trend line will break. Okay, so the steeper the trend line you draw, the less reliable it's going to break, and more likely it will break. Sometimes it can break. So like horizontal support and resistance lines, trend lines become stronger than the more times they are tested. So when the market tests the trend line a few times, the stronger that move will be when it heads back up or down. So, and most importantly, do not ever draw trend lines by forcing them to fit in the market. If they do not fit the market, then the trend line is invalid. Okay, so that's everything you need to know about trend lines. All right, so it's your boy Nature, aka Nature, gang.